All I want is for Kenya to shut up and Jay here, and I am back with another video, and this is a Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 9 reunion. We start off where it was left off from last week with Kandi being accused of trying to drug Porsha and take her home and have sex with her. Porsha, when she was asked about it, Porsha said that she couldn't talk about it because Kandi served her a cease and desist, and she's going to pass it down to Phaedra and let Phaedra talk, since she the one who told her. And Kandi was like, you told her that? You told her I tried to drug her and stuff like that? Like, that's something serious, because you could go to jail for that. There's rape. Like, you could have messed up this lady's money. She have kids. Being that you made up this lie because you wanted to get back at her, and then try to lie about it and say, you know, oh, you just repeated what somebody else said. No, you repeated what you made up. Use Porsha to make Kandi look bad when really it made both of y'all look bad. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody really believed that Kandi would do something like I didn't even believe it. Kandi wasn't that type of person to drug somebody. And Phaedra, when they kept asking Phaedra, like, where did you get it from? Like, you know, why would you do that? And why would you tell Porsha that and stuff? And she just was quiet the whole time. And it's like, you have to be accountable for your actions and your words that you use. You made up this big ass lie. Kenya got on my nerves, y'all. I'm telling you, no way to lie. Kenya got on my last nerve, because it was like, it has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with you. This does not concern you. This is between Todd, Kandi, Porsha, and Phaedra. And it was just like every time they was talk, Phaedra and Porsha would talk, she would say stuff underneath her breath. She would say stuff out loud. She would, girl. Unless you don't speak until you're spoken to. Even though when they was talking about Kenya, that Porsha and Phaedra was saying things underneath their breath. I just got real irritated with Kenya. I already irritated with Phaedra for the lies. We already irritated with Porsha for being dumb and falling for the lies. And you talking is making us even more irritated. Like, Porsha was like, you know, you used me to get back at Kandi, and which is very true. I really do believe that, because the reason why I feel like she used Porsha to get back at Kandi, because look at all the stuff that Kandi was saying. How she was talking to another guy while she was with Apollo, and how Mr. Chocolate, and she's seen him before. Just all this stuff that Kandi was saying about her. It was just putting her, you know, dirty laundry out there. So it was like, okay, you know. And then you had Mama Joyce and the Kandi Cody crew coming at her. So it was just like, it was a lot. And she felt like she needed to retaliate. And I feel like it was just poor judgment on her part, as she continued to keep saying, if I was Kandi, it's no apology. I don't care if you took the world in the palm of your hands and gave it to me. I would never forgive you for accusing me of something that isn't true. Got Todd and Kandi arrested. You could have got the kids taken away from them. With Phaedra, to be honest, I think the best thing for Phaedra is to completely get off the show. It's no reason to continue to be on the show, because for one, nobody on the show really deals with you except for Porsha. You know, you aren't married anymore. You don't have Apollo. You have no storyline, and now you have to lie, and you use a Porsha. You kind of, everybody would say Porsha was pulling the strings, but to be honest with you, Phaedra was pulling the strings, because Phaedra was the puppet master and Porsha was the puppet. And Phaedra was just pulling them strings and pulling them and making her, controlling her and making her do what Phaedra wanted her to do. I don't feel sorry for Porsha at all. I do not feel sorry for her. I do feel like you could have been smart enough. Why would you believe that Kandi would do something like that? But she checked it. It was like, you know, I never accused you. I said that you drugged me. You know, you wanted to drug me. I asked you and you said no, and I brushed it off. So which you didn't brush it off. You was still bringing it up. I don't want to make this review too long because it wasn't really nothing. That was the only situation that really mattered about the whole reunion. And Cynthia being 50 years old and still looking like she could go for like in her 30s. I mind my shirt because I just got home from school and I look a mess, but I still wanted to get on camera. You had all season long to open your mouth and say what it was. You waited to the reunion and it was just like, now you want sympathy? No, you can't get sympathy. You should have been said something. You should have been opened your mouth. You should have been said who told you. So I understand you was being loyal to your friend, but still, at the end of the day, your reputation is on the line. Whose reputation is more important, yours or Phaedra? Because hers was more important when it came down to this situation. She defended herself and kept her name cleared while you was in the hot water. I'm sitting here like, Phaedra said this, but I'm the one who dealing with this, and Phaedra not backing me up, and Phaedra not trying to hold me down or nothing. No, Phaedra was quiet the whole time you was getting attacked by these women and judged by people. And she wasn't backing you up. Like, you should have felt uncomfortable from the beginning. When these women were asking you questions and the whole time Phaedra was sitting there not saying a word and you defended yourself plus her. So you should have felt a certain type of way. You waited to the reunion to say something and to get sympathy for what it is that Phaedra did. Well, you should have let Phaedra lying, deceiving ass deal with what the hell she did. And then you want to sit up there, oh, you know, I believe that because Phaedra is a lawyer, certified, da 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 da. Okay, that's a lawyer's job. They lied to win a case. They lie. Some of them tell the truth, some of them lie. All enough to win a case. Something that Phaedra haven't been doing. So I've heard, you know what I'm saying, she's been losing a lot of cases. Who like Phaedra prey on weak people because they know they can deceive them, they know they could use them in ways that they want them to. Every time they asked her something, she was just like, oh, I'm the doggone villain. You are the villain because you're a lying ass villain. With Johnny, there was something about that whole thing with Johnny. And Kandi was like, you know, how did you come up with $3 and some cents? And she was like, oh, you know, he brought me some stuff and I calculated and it was simple math. Kandi, when they asked, Kandi was like, you know, I would never bring, I think her name was Angie or somebody, but she was at Kandi's restaurant last night for like the viewing of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, because I guess Kandi have a viewing party every Sunday for Real Housewives of Atlanta at her restaurant. He was there talking about her book, talking about the whole situation, and I was just like, oh, hey, alright. But Kandi was like, it was not planned or anything, she just popped up. So, which is a coincidence because the day your name is mentioned on the show, you pop up at Kandi's restaurant. So I'm just like, I don't understand. But I digress. Cause Kandi was like, if she would feel some type of way or something like that. I think if she would have brought the lady who wrote the book about her, calling her a fraud and talking about her and stuff, and Eddie asked her, you know, would you been upset or felt some type of way if Kandi did it? She was like, no, I wouldn't care because, you know, I sued her and this and that. But you felt some type of way when Apollo's girlfriend came to her grand opening. Major girl. Make sure that you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Most likely my next video will probably be a reaction video because that's what I've been doing. So anyways, peace and always love.